and Mack Leonard, dismiss the players, then go back to questions to Coach Alameda. So if you have an opening statement, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not the ball game that we wanted on the win-loss column, but what an incredible atmosphere. Really good ball club. We knew it was going to be a tough ball game. I thought Mack pitched really well. We had our chances there. We got a couple of swings, we had our chances, and now it's about regrouping and getting after game 2, which is a really vital game. Obviously, 1 to win it in Oklahoma's place, but 2 momentum in our place. So we're excited for the challenge.
Thanks. Questions for players? Okay. Third row on the left here.
Irish Schofield, Warchant.com. Mac, obviously softball can be a game of inches like a lot of sports. The line drive you hit down the line, is that something that kind of will be in your head for a while? Because that, could have made it 2-0, or do you just move past it?
I mean, no, it's not really going to be in my head for a while. If it falls, it falls. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, that's the game of softball. Like you said, it's a game of inches. One swing isn't going to change a game. Two runners were on base. It wasn't going to change the game. I think we just need to make a little bit more of adjustments sooner and stay in it and keep fighting like Team 40 knows how to fight. And if we do that tomorrow, I'm pretty confident in us.
More questions for players? Second row right.
Essen Cassim, Tallahassee Democrat. Kaley, that game could have ended right there in the 6th inning. What did you see on that play? And is that just trying to bring any positive momentum going into tomorrow? Or is that kind of just flush everything or use that momentum? Like, how do you move forward?
Yeah, I definitely saw the ball go over my head, and knowing that the 3-run home run could have ended it, just wanted to try and do something for Allison, do something for my team. Grateful that their fence is short, so I was able to get up a little bit on that fence. But it's a moment I dream of, regardless of the score. Just being able to stay in it, hitters being able to get a little bit more information in the top of the 7th inning is huge for tomorrow. So I'm excited to go out and make more adjustments tomorrow.
All right, we'll go third row left again.
Kaley, this has been a unique World Series for you guys, winning 3 straight. Is the experience from the past, having to kind of fight back from elimination, is that something you think you guys will draw upon?
I think going 3-0 is awesome here. Obviously, making it to the championship series, having days off is super huge. Getting to work our way back in 2021, got a lot of reps, but I think having a lot of rest and off days has been helpful for us too this year. So I'm excited to get after it tomorrow. That'll be the first time that we didn't have an off day. But I feel pretty confident in us just being able to make adjustments. We responded well all season, so I'm excited to see tomorrow.
All right, go third row left.
Yeah, Nicole Auerbach, The Athletic. Kaley, you guys pride yourselves in stopping momentum and halting that and turning games around. How hard was it once they started to grasp the momentum in this one?
Definitely hard to stop their momentum, obviously being here, and they have a bunch of crowd cheering for them too. Just being able to stop the bleeding, I think that's something that we've done well all season. So obviously having a couple runs here and there, not ideal, but definitely just being able to stop the bleeding. The infield brought it in quite a few times tonight. Obviously being from the outfield, just being able to talk to JJ and Hallie to my side too. And then also bringing in dugout, I think helps. Just being able to stop the bleeding, not letting them pile more and more runs and more base runners is huge. So I think we did a pretty good job of that. I'm excited to see tomorrow.
All right, we'll go second row right.
Mac, first 3 innings you limited, I think, 1 hit. What changed in that 4th inning, and what can you guys do pitching-wise tomorrow to build on that momentum from the first 3 innings?
Honestly, just trust Coacha and trust our stuff. We talk about you've got what you've got that day, and you're just going to compete regardless of what you have. And Coacha makes the best decisions I've seen her make all season, and I will lay all of my trust in all of literally anything in Coach's hands. And I think whatever she has to do and whoever she wants to put in there is going to get the job done. And I believe in Coacha and what she has to do, honestly. I think a lot of people will give their opinions about it, and I think that's awesome. Like, great, you have opinions, but I also think that we all trust each other, and us as Team 40, we know what we're doing as a squad, and our leader clearly knows what she's doing as well. So just trusting in her and going out there and play Seminoles softball and doing our best.
All right, we'll go second row left.
Brett Nevitt, Noles 247. For either of you, you guys have had that kind of so what, who cares, next pitch mentality all year. Just how big will that be for you guys waking up tomorrow?
I mean, I think it's going to be huge. Like I said, we've responded well all season, even from opening weekend. I just remember being able to respond after a loss, in regionals responding after a loss. I think that's huge. Something that we're used to doing is responding, and just being able to flush today, learn from it, make adjustments, but being able to go out there tomorrow knowing it's a new ball game, and just being able to play as a team, not losing anybody, just being able to play to our left and our right and leave it all out there. So,
All right, we'll go third row on the left.
For both of you, did Jordy seem to get more in control as the game went on, or what made her difficult to hit against?
I mean, she's got a legit rise drop change. She's a really good pitcher, really competitive. Right now, she's having a really strong World Series. I think she's doing great as an athlete. And when you're that competitive and you've got 3 phenomenal pitches right in your hip pocket and you've got a defense like that, I mean, it's pretty tough to hit against. But, I mean, we can make adjustments. We can do what we can at the plate and come out better tomorrow.
yeah, I think getting behind in the count is super hard too. She definitely feels more comfortable when she's ahead in the count. So I think just being able to see the pitches that we want and execute earlier in the counts will be huge for us against her as well. Obviously, good pitcher. When you have 3-4 runs under your belt, you're able to feel a little bit more comfortable. But I think our ability to see pitches today was huge to be able to learn some more information.
Any more questions for players? Okay. Thank you, Kaley. Questions for Coach Alameda? Go right here, front row.
Ryan Kelly, WCTV. Lonni, Brett mentioned it to the players before, but how important is that "so what, who cares" mentality going to be from here on out, knowing that any game could end the season?
Yeah, tomorrow's game could end the season. Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, it's a reality. I mean, Oklahoma is 60-1. There's a lot of teams that they've beat, and so we know that this is a tall task. They're a great ball club, and so I think the so what next pitch kind of mindset, is more about us staying in it, and then really making sure that we just can't give the inches, that they got today, just because they take advantage of them so well. So. But we got outside ourselves a little bit today. It was a lot with the fans and the noise and the moments, and I liked how we responded. We kind of went in and out. I would like us to stay a little tighter tomorrow, and that's the challenge that we talked about in the locker room.
All right, we'll go third row left.
Nicole Auerbach, The Athletic. Lonni, did you think about putting Kat in when you made the pitching change in the 4th inning?
Nope. I think if we had a lead, definitely, could have done that. But, definitely sticking to the plan that we've had all year. And, I think they're a really good team in making adjustments. So needed to see what we had, from our other pitchers too. So, and then once they got the lead, there was no reason to. And, now we've got game 2. And, if they go with Jordy, they go with Jordy. And then, if they go with someone else, then we got a different look. But at least we got some looks at Jordy.
Okay, we'll now go to the second row on the right.
As Kaylee mentioned, that her home run rob in the 6th inning extended the game. Gave you guys a few more looks at Jordy, like you mentioned, you might see her again tomorrow. So how big was that play just to carry it over tomorrow, and how much you guys can, like you talked about response, that was a response, right?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, Mudge has done some Mudge things out there that have been incredible. And so, to keep extending is great, to get, a few more swings, but, it's about going back to game planning and be better tomorrow. We got to be better tomorrow. And, that's the mindset. So run rule or no run rule, I wasn't really thinking about that. I don't really, kind of look into that part of it. It's just more of like, we've got to make sure that we can manage. I mean, Jordy's good up, down. We got to get her in the zone. We had a little wide left side today, so that's really tough on the lefties, so maybe we have a different zone tomorrow and that can hone us in and be able to get after some swings. But, that's just things that we got to day 2.
All right, we'll go to second row left now.
And I know you've talked about the small margin of error against Oklahoma, but also how important is it to try not to be too perfect and just be who you guys have been all year?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's going to be that. Like, we got to have some fun with it. But we had some miscommunication out there. Again, like, we don't get many opportunities where we have fans behind us too. So, I think we try to, when you get that roar and go and you can't hear. So that was something, we missed our cut a couple times, and that's abnormal of us. And so things that we just really have to talk about as a team tomorrow to be better at. And that helps with the stop the bleeding mentality and the extra 60 feet. So, but, they push, they can run, they push the defense, and we just got to come together instead of letting the moment get a little big for that next pitch, be about, here we are, second and third, a runner or 2 or whatever, and just be about that pitch. So that's a little bit of the adjustments I would like to see tomorrow. Yeah.
All right, we'll get a third row on the left.
Actually, I have two questions. You mentioned the strike zone, and I'm not asking you to critique it, but how did they handle it? It seemed like there were maybe some inconsistencies. How did they handle that? And then also, tomorrow is the goal just to play your guys' best game and not really worry about the result, but just play to the best of your abilities? Because maybe that didn't happen tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's nice about the championship series is it's 2 out of 3 games, so that's kind of nice. You get a little chance to make some adjustments and work from there. So I think it goes back to what we've been doing all season versus the tournament type mentality. Yeah, I mean, we've got to play our best game. Like that's all we have. Backs against the wall, and regardless, it's been an incredible season. For us to be where we're at right now, I told the kids, don't hang your head. Like, it's an incredible season. They're a great ball club. It's a great environment. We got outside ourselves a little bit. Let's be better tomorrow and let the chips fall where they fall. So I don't think it's the end all be all. I'm super proud of this team and what we've done, and so which is good for us. And the first part of the question was, handling strike zone. We've been handling strike zones all year, so nothing changes, right? So. I think that, again, like if you let that become a part of you or the lightning become a part of you or the things, then you're taking away from what we need to do. So, yeah, so the talk is just stay in it like we've been all year.
Any more questions for Coach Alameda?
Brian Chapman, all Sooners. Oklahoma's gotten staff approaches a lot this year.
Mm-hmm.
Does that change anything for you as far as knowing that that's something they're pretty accustomed to at this point? Or was it just your approach, not worried about that as much as what you guys do?
Are you talking about like other teams have been staff approach against them?
Yeah.
There's been a few. I know LSU Tech, there's a couple of them that have gone that way. And I mean, they're a really good team at making adjustments and creating momentum. So if you're going to keep yourself in a ball game, you've got to be able to combat that. And so, and it depends on, what you have in the circle and maybe the situations too. So I think there's a little bit of what you have in the circle versus a Lee or a Coleman, but then what you have situationally on the field too. And do you have that in the pen to be able to match that up? So yeah, I think the staff option is good. But again, the more you play them, the more they get to know, the more they make the adjustments quicker. They're just a really good hitting team, and they do a good job of that. And I'm super impressed by that. It's really intriguing to me, and then I try to get me better as a pitching coach on that side. But today we needed to hit the ball better and take advantage of things to give us a chance to be on both sides of it. And those are the adjustments we need to make tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, and to wrap things up at Florida State. Thanks, Coach Alameda.
Thank you. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you.